For decades, humanity has searched for alien life in the wrong direction. We built massive radio telescopes to scan distant galaxies. We sent probes to Mars. We listened for signals from light years away. But what if the greatest extraterrestrial mystery isn't out there? What if it's already here? Not on Mars, not on Europa, but hiding, silently, between the Earth and the Moon. Invisible, undetected, watching. In 1956, a Polish astronomer named Kazimierz Kordylewski made a discovery that most people still don't understand today. He wasn't looking for aliens. He was studying gravitational equilibrium points, regions in space where the forces between Earth and the Moon cancel out perfectly. What he found should have been empty space. Instead, he saw something else. A massive, shifting cloud, glowing faintly in the darkness. Today, NASA officially calls them the Kordylewski Clouds. But some researchers believe that's not the full story. Because what if those clouds aren't just dust? What if they're hiding something? Something ancient. Something intelligent. Something that has been watching humanity long before we even knew how to look back. The physics of hiding in plain sight. To understand how something could remain hidden so close to Earth, we need to look at orbital mechanics. Between any two massive bodies, like Earth and the Moon, there exist 5 points, where gravity and motion perfectly balance. These are called Lagrange points. At these locations, an object doesn't fall toward Earth, and it doesn't drift into space. It simply stays there, locked in a stable gravitational position, almost like it's anchored, without using any fuel. For scientists and engineers, this is extremely valuable. We place space telescopes and satellites in these zones because they require minimal energy to maintain orbit. But two of these points, L4 and L5, are different. They are stable over extremely long periods of time, meaning anything placed there could remain for millions, even billions of years. And this is exactly where the Kordylewski Clouds exist. Massive collections of cosmic dust, slowly drifting, constantly shifting, forming ghost-like structures in space. But here's the anomaly. If these clouds are just natural accumulations of dust, why do they behave unpredictably? Why does their density fluctuate in ways that don't fully match our models? And more importantly, why have some radar observations reported unusual signal reflections that resemble metallic surfaces? Mainstream science explains this as scattered light and random debris. But that explanation doesn't fully close the case. Because if an advanced civilization wanted to hide something near Earth, this would be the perfect place. The Bracewell Probe theory. In the 1960s, physicist Ronald Bracewell proposed a radical idea. Instead of traveling across the galaxy themselves, advanced civilizations might send autonomous probes, not to invade, not to colonize, but to observe. These are now known as Bracewell Probes. Their purpose is simple. Arrive in a star system, remain silent, wait, and only activate when the local civilization reaches a certain level of technological development, like discovering radio communication. Now think about Earth. We began transmitting radio signals into space over 100 years ago. Since then, we've created a growing bubble of electromagnetic noise expanding outward at the speed of light. If any probe was already here, it would have heard us. It would know we exist. And if that probe was hidden inside the Kordylewski Clouds, it would have the perfect camouflage. No need for advanced cloaking technology. Just let the cosmic dust settle on its surface, blend into the environment, become invisible, undetectable to optical telescopes. A silent observer, sitting just 384,000 kilometers away, closer than we ever imagined. Modern anomalies and signal interference. In recent years, Earth's orbit has become crowded. Thousands of satellites now circle the planet, communication systems, GPS networks, military hardware. And with that increase, something strange has started to happen. There have been reports of unexplained signal interference near lunar trajectories, temporary satellite disruptions at specific orbital angles, sudden thermal flashes detected in regions previously thought to be empty. Individually, these events are dismissed as technical glitches or environmental noise. But when viewed together, they form a pattern that raises an uncomfortable question. Are we observing random anomalies? Or are we beginning to notice something that was always there? The dark forest possibility. Now consider this from a broader perspective. In astrophysics and speculative theory, there is a concept known as the dark forest theory. It suggests that the universe is silent, not because life is rare, but because intelligent civilizations hide, because revealing your existence is dangerous. In a universe where survival is uncertain, the safest strategy is to remain invisible. And if that's true, then what role does Earth play? Are we an emerging civilization being quietly monitored? Are we being protected? Or are we being evaluated as a potential threat? If something is hiding in the Kordylewski Clouds, it may already know everything about us. Our communication systems, our military capabilities, our biology, our behavior. And if that data is being transmitted elsewhere, then the real audience is not on Earth. The coming collision with the unknown. For decades, these clouds have remained largely untouched, distant, ignored, mysterious. But that is about to change. Humanity is returning to the moon. NASA's Artemis missions aim to establish a long-term presence in lunar orbit. Private companies are planning mining operations. New satellites will occupy deeper and more complex orbital zones. And for the first time in history, we will begin passing directly through the regions where these clouds exist. We are no longer observing from a distance. We are entering the environment. We are stepping into the fog. And if something is hiding there, we may not remain unnoticed for long. Conclusion: the silent watcher. So what are the Kordylewski Clouds? A harmless accumulation of cosmic dust? Or something far more deliberate? A natural phenomenon? Or a perfectly disguised surveillance system? Right now, we don't have definitive answers. But we do have a growing number of questions. And in science, questions like these don't disappear. They evolve. Because the most dangerous possibility isn't that we are alone. It's that we are not. And something has been here, long before us, watching, waiting, silent. If you had to choose, would you believe in a natural explanation? Or the possibility that Earth has never truly been unobserved? Drop your theory in the comments. Subscribe to Cosmic Cipher HQ. Because the deeper we go into space, the more it starts looking back at us.